This was around the end of the 20th century. This was back when flip phones were the latest technology. At the time, I had given up on my dreams and did what my parents told me to do. I was working as an office worker. Sleep, wake up, work, eat. Every day, I was repeating that. And I heard someone humming a song I had composed when I was a student. That's the song I composed in a band at a school festival. There was no such thing as YouTube yet. How did this person learn about this song? And I naturally turned around. And then I met her. She was sitting alone on a park bench away from the crowd.
What is it?
That song. I was wondering where you heard it.
Huh? I heard this a few years ago at a school festival that I went with a friend. It left a lasting impression on me.
And I, Haruki Jabata, fell in love with this woman, Lou. And at the same time, I remembered. My dream was to compose songs and live in the music world. Lou-san, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
You're 5 minutes late. Disqualified. Just kidding. You were working hard on composing music, right? That's great.
Thank you. I asked her out on the day I met her. Then, we became lovers right away. Furthermore, I restarted composing music while working as an office worker. It's not making any money though.
I won't forgive you if you disappoint me. I really like the songs you make, my favorites. After you.
The only person who supports me is Lou. I haven't talked about composing to my parents, coworkers, or friends. That's why she's my benefactor, because she reminded me of the dream I was about to throw away. Come to think of it, Lou-san, how's your work going these days? You said you're busy because your work is related to management. That's amazing.
It's nothing special. I'm just busy. It's a boring job where I have to keep entertaining the president.
On the other hand, she was a mysterious person with many secrets. I wanted to get closer to her. But we've been dating for half a year now. Maybe it's time to make her relationship deeper. Lou doesn't like to talk about herself much. Maybe that means I don't look prepared enough to know more about her. If so, it's a little early, but I have no choice but to propose to her. That was a short-sighted thinking. But Lou-san was 27, so considering that, it seemed like the best choice for me at the time. I want to marry her, who likes my songs and supports my dreams. Fortunately, I had some money saved up and was able to take action immediately. But then, I saw her with another man. What? What are you doing? Who are you? And what business do you have with my wife? Huh? The well-dressed man looks suspicious. Did he just call Lou-san his wife? Was she married?
I don't know. He must have made a mistake.
Before I could ask anything, Lou-san said so.
Goodbye.
She then left with that man. I was being played with. And I started feeling stupid about composing music. But I couldn't forget the dream I had started pursuing again. I moved to another place and started from scratch. I can't get more work, and I quit my job, so my savings just go down. Recently, composing music by amateurs at home has become popular and easier. However, the overwhelming opinion is that live music is better. This month, I delivered the theme song for a radio program, and that's all? Jeez.
Hey, why are you looking gloomy?
When I looked up, there was a woman there, my fellow freelancer, Meg Erie, an accountant. She's younger than me, 24. Oh, by the way, I'm 25. Yeah, not enough projects to work on. I just do things like theme song for small plays, compositions for minor bands, etc.
I was also recently told I can't trust a female accountant who is a freelancer.
They're so biased against freelancers in Japan. I happened to pick up her lost wallet at a cafe. Ever since then, we became friends. Iri-san, who is struggling under the same circumstances, is my comrade. I feel really lucky to have met you, Iri-san. I would be heartbroken if I were alone now.
Likewise. But didn't you ever think about working for a company to compose music?
Huh, I thought about that too, but I don't think it will suit me. I kinda wanna test my strength, you know?
Same with me. At my previous company, I was told things like women should help men, and I was devastated. You're a woman, so you should make tea. You're a woman, so you should come to work early and clean. Ugh! Those old managers! I can't erase that memory unless I create showers of blood.
Iri-san's shoulders were shaking with anger as she clenched her fist. Oh my, she must have gone through a lot.
Oh yeah, there was an article in a magazine the other day about a talented president's wife who supports the president. I found it to be quite informative, so I ended up buying it. Do you know her, Tabata-san?
Iri-san said so and showed me the magazine. I gasped when I saw the person there. Is this Lu-san? And the president is the man from back then. The name is Rihan Kairiku, huh? I was a cheating partner of this president's wife. Even though time has passed, my heart still aches.
Tabata-san? Tabata-san?
Whoa! Oh, it's nothing. I was surprised as I saw Iri-san looking into my face. Get it together, Mei. Lu-san is already a stranger. Oh, by the way, I found a delicious restaurant nearby. Would you like to go with me?
Really? Yeah, I wanna go!
I can't help but smile seeing her happy. I feel like my heart is getting warmer. Okay, I'll just do my best to make my life successful. Then, in order to reboot my mind, I decided to change my appearance. I cut my unfashionable hair, started using contact lenses, and even got my ears pierced. Huh, I need to get better clothes too. After that, I just have to keep on self-advertising. Afterwards, I worked part-time at a music studio and made money and connections. By marketing to bands that came to perform, I gradually got more composing work. I get to make music for a movie! Woohoo!
Congratulations! You've been working hard for a long time, so it's no wonder.
A few months later, I was steadily accumulating achievements and expanding the scope of my business. Initially, my selling point was being able to provide songs as quickly as possible. But it changed midway through. I was requested to arrange popular songs and started selling teaching materials on my music composition know-how. Luckily enough, they sold well. My income has become stable recently, and now I can finally ask Iri-san out. By the time I confessed my feelings to Iri-san and got her approval, a woman was sighing. The theme song for this program has changed. It's a really good song, isn't it? The composer is Haruki Jibata-san. Yeah, recently, he's been talked about a lot as a freelance composer.
I thought it was a familiar melody, so it turned out to be his song. He's working hard.
Hey, why are you humming again? Radio program? How easy going. You've been buying some CDs lately. You like those kind of stuff? It doesn't suit you.
Shut up! Who was the guy who made a big mistake at work the other day and had me clear up his mess?
Her husband clicked his tongue in displeasure, and she glared at him. You're really not cute. Women should just keep quiet and give birth to kids and raise them. How damn annoying. Don't tell me what to do just because my father likes you. Don't forget that you're a woman sold by your own parents.
Yeah. Thank you very much for saving my parents' company. He was the one who pressured my parents to have me marry him. Asshole!
3 years later, I started holding seminars regularly, and my number of friends gradually increased. In order to expand the scope of my business, I decided to start a business with my friends. Meg, who became my girlfriend, joined the company as an accountant. It's very reassuring. Requests for phone ringtones have increased. Downloading music online has become commonplace. I knew this was gonna happen!
Nowadays, people stream videos online and people download music at home.
Yeah, as a result, the number of illegal uploads has increased too, though. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Yes, this is Love Koi Music Co. Huh?
The next day, while we were working as usual, I heard a frantic voice from Meg, who was on the phone. What up?
You know what? We were asked to create a theme song for a company, but that person...
My eyes widened when I heard the company name. It was a company run by Lou's husband. Lou's husband's company is famous in the area. I hear it's an old family business. There's no way I could refuse a request from such a company. But my company is still small, so why?
Sorry for making you wait. I'm Kairiku, the managing director.
I saw Lou for the first time in 3 years. She's now managing director Kairiku. Maybe it's just my imagination, but she seemed to be cold-hearted now. I'm Haruki Jabata. Can I ask what you're up to? I can't help but sound doubtful, but she was calm.
Nothing special. Our chairman suddenly said that we need a theme song. He thinks if we distribute it as a ringtone for mobile phones, it will serve as an advertisement. That's why I found a company that seemed to be good at that kind of thing. That's all. I don't have any other intentions.
Is that so? I won't say anything more. I'm not bored enough to dig up the past one by one. Here are some documents. First, I would like to confirm your request received via email.
You've changed quite a bit. Have you stopped wearing glasses?
However, she continued to talk whatever she wanted. Yeah, I'm thinking about marrying my girlfriend, and I'm the company president after all. I need to look straight.
I see.
After that, the conversation went unnaturally smoothly, and the meeting ended. I could tell from the way she talked to me. She is competent at her job after all. Anyway, I'll distribute the work to the team members tomorrow. Oh yeah, I also have to go see the ring I'm going to give to Meg. I wonder what would be good. And I fell asleep. As I said, I had no more feelings towards Lou-san. But why did Lou-san have an affair with me? That question remained. Shit, that woman! Even though she's just my wife, she's acting so bossy. Why is my father so proud of her too? Theme song? How stupid! And he only talked about that to that woman! The time when Lou-san hadn't come home yet, her husband, Nihan, had entered his wife's room without permission. She has been buying a lot of CDs lately. She was so particular about the player too. I'll destroy them all and show her who is better. Huh? It seems like all the CDs are by the same composer. How do I read this? What? I'll go deliver the music file to the client. 2 months later, I put the completed song onto a CD and put it in my bag. Meg looked at me with a worried expression.
Is it okay? You didn't seem to like that company very much. Shall I go instead?
Even though I haven't told her anything, she understands my feelings. I put a smile on my face at that kindness. I'm okay. It's an important job, so I have to go myself. Thanks for always worrying me, Meg. Well then, I'll be off. Today, I'm here to deliver a file to Lou-san. I mean, Managing Director Kairiku. Of course, I'm nervous. I haven't seen her since the day she came to my office. She became busy after that. I guess we won't meet again today. Let's give it to someone quickly and go home. You're here, huh? Huh? While I was waiting for the person in charge at the reception desk, a murderous voice suddenly came from behind.
So it's you, Haruki Jabata. It's you, it's you, it's you. I'm getting divorced because of you. How are you gonna pay me back for this?
Whoa! The person I thought was a suspicious person was Rihan Kairiku. In other words, the president. But he is completely worn out. President Kairiku? What happened all of a sudden?
Shut up! I'm not the president anymore. My whole life is ruined because of you.
Is it because of that affair? But why does that make him no longer the president?
That woman, Lou, has always been an easy-to-use woman. For my parents, for my company, and for me. No matter what I did, whether it was stealing the company's money or harassing the employees, she quietly obeyed me. But ever since she started humming that song, she became strangely rebellious.
Rihan's eyes became more and more bloodshot. He was going mad.
My father gave her a C-suite position, and she started to gain the trust of the employees. It makes me go crazy every time I hear her hum that song.
But then I realized all the songs she sings were written by the same person.
It's you, Haruki Jabata. She's been singing your song forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
What? My thoughts froze as I heard unexpected words.
It's you. It's your fault, right? You made her less obedient, right? What the hell are you? Seriously, why would a boring-looking guy like you get in my way?
Shut up! I used the momentum and threw him to the ground. I've been training for the past 3 years or so.
I don't give a crap. You stole the company's money? Harassed your employees? Those are much bigger problems.
If that's why you're no longer the president, it's your own fault.
What?
And I'm a supplier of this company. You're damaging yourself and your own company's reputation by acting violently towards me. Rihan flinches, still glaring at me.
I remembered. 3 years ago, a guy with uncool glasses suddenly appeared. That was you. From that day on, she started humming that song at home. I guess she was in love with you.
Huh? What the hell?
You were still here?
Then, a dignified voice echoes down the aisle.
My hobby has nothing to do with you. You've been bothering our customers for a while now. Get out, will you?
You, don't mess with me. This guy has done something to you and you became crazy, right?
That can't be true. I'm just a fan of the songs he makes. It has nothing to do with you. You were just a shitty president who committed embezzlement and harassment, right?
Her calm voice was cold. It didn't sound like she was talking to who used to be her husband.
I'm done talking with your parents. The divorce has been officially decided. They have no objection.
Wait, then what about the heir? I don't have any siblings.
I'm the president. They decided to abandon the hereditary system and entrust the company to me, who they can trust.
The former president is shocked, but she continues her words.
Of course, right? Since I became a director, business performance has improved and the turnover rate has fallen. I'm more trusted than you, even by the chairman. There's no place for you anymore. It's over, so hurry up and leave.
Judging from her story, she kicked out her scandalous husband and took over the company peacefully. He won the trust not only of her employees, but also of the chairman, who is Rihan's father. It's hard to believe at first hearing, but judging from the look of the man on his knees, it must all be true.
Do you resent me now? Then you can hit me. If you can, that is.
You damn bitch!
Riha immediately raised his fist and attacked.
I won't let you do that!
I tackled him and pushed him to the floor. The security guard rushed over and pressed Rihan on the floor, and I immediately turned back to her.
You idiot! You knew that he would get upset! Don't do something so dangerous again!
Her shoulders trembled at the sound of my yelling.
You're kind even to a traitorous woman like me, huh?
I wonder what kind of emotions are in her trembling voice. I couldn't help but ask. Do you have any regrets about that day 3 years ago?
Of course I do!
It was the first time I had seen that expression. An unimaginable expression from the woman who doesn't show her weaknesses.
My parents forced their daughter into an arranged marriage to protect their small business. And the person I got married to was a moron! He liked playing with women and I was like a servant. I couldn't get pregnant because of the stress. I would have been better off dying than living this hellish life! And that's when I remember the song at that fun school festival.
That's a song I wrote and performed myself. I formed a band, made a lot of noise like crazy, and had fun. I couldn't forget that passion and wanted to make it my job, but my parents denied it, saying it was something an idiot would do. But that one time, that one song saved the heart of Lou, who happened to be there.
Then I met you, and I found out that you were the one who made that song. Light shined on my hellish days. I was a normal woman when I was with you. I was able to love myself only when I was with you. I was happy.
Why didn't you tell me that? If you did,
There's no way I could tell you that. I didn't want to involve you, the person I love. I wanted you to keep making songs.
She smiled even though she was crying. Troubled? Sad? Many feelings seemed mixed. What are you gonna do from now?
I won't look back on the past anymore. I will build trust with the chairman's family. I'll have it all. Because after repeated treatments, it finally happened. I was finally able to get my treasure.
Lusan pats her belly with great care. A swollen belly meant there was life in it.
Haruki, I couldn't tell you the truth for a long time to protect myself. I'm sorry. Really. And thank you. Your songs and memories with you gave me the courage to move forward.
With those words, I felt like the clouds in my heart cleared away. The reason I was able to pursue my dreams again, and the reason I was able to push forward was, Lusan, it's all thanks to you. If other people find out, they would probably make fun of me. But I just want to say, thank you. Lusan shows a smile, like a flower blooming. That was the sweetest expression I've ever seen.
What did you just say?
You know I got a divorce, right? And I will now officially take over the company. And I would like to say this as the president. There is no point in continuing to do business with your company. We will no longer do business with you. Oh, by the way, I will no longer see you personally either.
Hey, have you gone mad? What do you think I got you married to that guy for? Hey, wait!
Lucen stood up without waiting for her father to say anything, and she left. She never looked back.
Oh, I guess I should have told him that my ex-husband went to prison too. Oh well. It's hot. The weather is perfect for you, a summer-born child.
Under the scorching sun, Lou was holding a baby in her arms. She's a newborn girl.
I've decided. You are Seika. Sunny summer. My treasure. I'll definitely make you happy. I will raise you to be strong, free, and happy like the sun, okay?
Lucen hugged Seika with great care. She was definitely enjoying happiness and freedom right now. And today, I finished work as usual and went home with Meg. A ring with a diamond was shining on Meg's left ring finger.
Hey, if we get a child in the future, what should we name them?
Huh? Aren't you a bit too hasty? But I actually have a name that I would like my child to have, regardless of gender.
What is it?
Play music and dream. After that, I never saw Lucen again, because I have my life and she has hers. The conversation with her has been locked in my heart. But I'm sure we are connected somewhere, since we live in the same world. For example, her daughter might make something, and my child might meet someone through that. I guess that's how the world works. This is the story of me and a cat becoming a family. It all started with a large amount of beef sent by my parents. Mom, are you serious? There's no way I can eat this much even if I freeze them. The attached letter says, "Make some friends with this, a hotpot party." Even though I've always wanted friends, I haven't had any since a long time ago. My mom must have been worried about that. There's a limit to how much I can freeze, but I don't have anyone to invite. Maybe I'll invite someone from work. I hardly keep in touch with my former classmates. When I was a kid, my playmates were mainly animals. My name is Shigefumi Mobukawa. I'm a 27-year-old game planner working at a game company. I chose this company because I was told I could work remotely, but recently, I was required to go to the office. A meeting with the music composer, huh? I need to briefly summarize the things to discuss. Currently, my company is producing a mysterious game called Ranch Battle Royale. My parents' home has a ranch, so I can put my experience to good use, so it's okay, but...
Hey, Mob! Are the documents I requested ready? The documents suitable for this rich and elite me!
Yes, here. He's my senior, Kudoshi Naruchika, who calls me Mob. His movements and behavior are very peculiar. If he were on a ranch, he would probably cause a lot of stress to the cows.
Hey, I got my nails done in my favorite color yesterday. Isn't it super cute?
And my sparkling colleagues who live in a different world from me. I get nervous just talking to them. Mobuka-kun, Rakushita-san asked me a question about the specs, but I couldn't quite answer it. I'll take over. I'll compile detailed info later, so I'll share it on the cloud later. As expected, you're always helpful. Oh yeah, it's almost the end of the year, so we're talking about having a year-end party. Huh? If you can't make it, it's fine. Good restaurants are full at this time of the year, and everyone is busy, so it's okay. I can talk smoothly when it's about work, but when it comes to personal topic, I stutter. What makes you feel that you are bad at talking to others? I have nothing special, you see, and my academic and athletic abilities are just average. I'm just a flashy-looking mob. I was often disappointed at my lack of any special skills, and I started to get nervous in front of people. It's just as your name suggests, isn't it? Shigefumi can be read as mob too.
Shut up! Apologize to all the Shigefumis around the country!
Because of my lack of confidence, I've been avoiding interacting with people. I haven't experienced much inconvenience at work, but after all, inviting someone to a hotpot party is like trying to defeat the final boss with level 1 weapons. Huh? A cat's voice? It's so cold though. There was a cat there shivering from the cold. Oh no! You must have felt cold. Where's your home? She doesn't have a collar, so maybe a stray cat? I've never seen her before though. I need to warm her up. I can't seem to find her family around. Fortunately, my house is nearby, so I decided to take her home. She's healthy. She doesn't have frostbite either, so don't worry. That's great. Thank you, Sensei. However, since she doesn't have a microchip embedded, I don't know where she's from. I contacted the police and public health center, but they don't seem to know the owner yet. I've got my landlord's permission, so I'm gonna keep her at my house for a while. That's how Kat ended up staying at my house. I'm sorry for surprising you. Did the remote control fall? Cats don't seem to like loud noises. They naturally have good hearing, so it's no surprise. I'll be careful. Well, let's get along well, alright? What should I do about the hotpot party? Oh yeah, I can ask my landlord to use the guest room in the common area. A few days later, when Kat got used to the new life, I went to work thinking about plans for the hotpot party.
The progress of the graphics is a little delayed, but I think I'll be able to make it in time.
She's Ino Rakushita. She's in charge of systems, and I talk to her often at work. She's beautiful, but a bit mysterious.
Come to think of it, are you guys going to have a year-end party? The engineers are not enthusiastic about it, so it might not happen.
But there are many people who don't want to spend money on it. They spend a lot of money on their hobbies. Isn't there a way to eat to your full stomach without worrying about money?
Do poor people have to worry about the price of food? That's so sad!
Naruchika-san happily interrupts. He's dressed in an expensive-looking suit as usual, and he's so loud.
I can eat luxury meat whenever I want! Even though we work at the same company, there are so many differences! But Rakushita-san, I would be happy to invite you, you know? You want that, right?
Huh? Nah. After all, expensive restaurants have a stiff atmosphere. I can't relax.
Then, I have a large amount of beef at home for my parents. Would you like to have a hotpot party at my place? I mumbled, but the people around me didn't miss that.
Huh? What? Do you mean you want to have a year-end party at home? Hey! Why would anyone want to eat cheap meat? Jeez, you poor people.
Seriously? I want to go.
Rakushita-san said so, ignoring Naruchika-san's ridicule. I was taken aback.
It would be so relaxing to have a year-end party at home. We'll bring the other ingredients. What do you say, Hashiyaku-kun?
That's like dream come true. But Mobukawa-kun, you're really okay with that? See me nodding my head, the two of them completely got excited about it.
Hey, Rakushita-san, don't hang out with such a poor mob. He can't do anything but work, you know?
Naruchika-san, you also want to come? I couldn't help but say that as he sounded sulky, but of course, he gets angry.
Shut up! In the first place, I don't have enough free time to care about poor people like you.
He leaves with a loud sound of footsteps. Looking at his back, Rakushita-san murmurs, I'm so glad. Naruchika-san has been short-tempered these days. What happened to him?
No idea. Anyway, I'm happy that Mobukawa-kun invited me. Well then, Mobukawa-kun, if you have any ingredients you want me to bring, let me know.
Oh, okay. Got it. And the weekend, we were able to hold a hotpot party. I should start defrosting it now. I never thought the day would come when the clay pot I brought from my parents' house would come in handy. Cat, what's wrong? Cat is peeking out from the gap in the door. She seems to have gotten used to me and often comes to check on me. So cute. Whoa, yum! So good! Mobuka-kun, your seasoning is really good!
It's really delicious. It's been a while since I last had sukiyaki.
In the end, the four of us, me, Hashiyaku, Rakushita-san, and Kozume-san, decided to have a hot pot. This is the first time I've had so many people come. I'm so happy. Thank you, Mom.
Oh, Mommy Mob. Tofu, please.
What the heck is Mommy Mob? Even so, I still couldn't find the right timing to start a conversation, so I just listened to what the three of them had to say. I just nodded. Mobuka-kun, are you tired? Was it tough to prepare for this? No, not at all!
Hashiyaku, all you have to say is thank you. If it were a nuisance, you wouldn't have been able to make such delicious hot pot. Right, Mommy Mob? You're right! Mobukawa-kun, thank you very much for today. Thanks for the meal.
Thanks to Rakushita-san's follow-up, we were able to avoid any awkward atmosphere. Thank you, but I'm not Mummy. We managed to finish the hot pot party happily, and they all went home. So, what about you, Rakushita-san? I'll take care of the rest, so it's okay.
But you have a cat, right? I'd like to see it. Pets aren't allowed at my place, and my parents are allergic to cats.
Oh yeah, there's one that I rescued. But how do you know?
When you came to work this week, you had cat hair on your shoulder. That's how I found out. So, you don't want to show me?
You're looking at me so closely. But I wonder if Cat will be fine to meet other people. When I entered the room to check on her, she jumped at me at first sight. Oh, did you come out of the cage?
Oh, so friendly.
Rakushita-san sounds happy. She reaches out her hand to pet Cat, but she gives a quick cat punch.
Oh, how aggressive.
Sorry, Rakushita-san. She seems to have trouble with loud noises. I guess she's wary of people she meets for the first time.
I guess I was too loud. No, but I think she thought you would be taken away. She must be a girl.
Indeed, she is a girl.
I see. Well, she's not mistaken, though. Hey, actually, a friend of mine is starting a business soon. I was thinking of going there to work, so why don't you come too?
Huh?
It's headhunting! You're excellent, and I've been thinking for a while that it would be really good if you came. I also want to become friends with your cat, and I thought today would be a good opportunity for us to get closer. Well, anyway, let's start as friends.
Friend? Is it okay? Me? I couldn't help but be mesmerized by her grin. Cat didn't like that, so she punched me too. It's been over a week since Cat arrived, but I haven't heard from the owner. At the time I found her, she appeared to have been well fed and groomed. I'm sure there was an owner. I really want to stay with her forever, but her owner may still be looking for her. Good morning, Mobuka-kun. Thank you for yesterday. Whoa, Hashiyaku-kun.
Mobukawa-san, thank you very much for yesterday. It was really delicious. It even came out in my dreams. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was fun, wasn't it?
It was my first hot pot party since I became an adult. It was great.
Yeah, it's cold now, so I want to try various hot pots.
Naruchika-san glares at us sharply. He probably doesn't like us making so much noise.
Mob, isn't it embarrassing to treat people to poor hotpot? Oh man, I could have taken you guys out to a fancy dinner. Hashiyaku, Kazume, you guys are low class too. Go to a restaurant, you poor people.
What? Hashiyaku-san glares at Naruchika-san, but he doesn't flinch at all. But for some reason, the dark circles under his eyes are terrible.
You can't hang out with people like this, Rakushita-san. You're dropping your own value.
I don't think it's up to you to decide my value. Yeah, don't interfere with us. We are very happy.
It's fun to eat together. I don't think you can understand that though.
I can easily make a hotpot at my house too. A high-quality hotpot with high-quality meat and high-quality vegetables.
Do you really have to brag so much about how much money you have every time? This Nobu Riche. It's your parents' money too.
Shut up! So what about you, Mob? You have a communication disorder. I'm sure it wasn't fun.
It was fun. So fun. It was my first time to have a hotpot with so many people other than my family. I spoke out loud for the first time in a while. Everyone was surprised and turned their attention to me. I have a complex about myself. I get nervous when I talk to people. Even though I look like this, my personality is boring, so I keep thinking people would be disappointed in me.
Huh? There's no way we would be. Mobukawa-kun is thorough in your work and sincere.
Yeah, in fact, I've always thought that you hated us and were avoiding us. That's why I was surprised about the hotpot party. That wasn't it. That's why I was so happy that you came to the party. It was so much fun. Well, I want to do it again. Can I? Mobukawa-kun, of course, right?
It is. Once you eat from the same pot, you're all friends, right? Let's definitely do it again.
Heh, what the heck?
Contrary to everyone's happiness, Naruchika becomes even more displeased. But, if I'm not wrong, Naruchika-san, you're also interested in joining, right? Sorry for not being sensitive enough. I'll invite you next time.
What? Mobukawa-kun, you're too sweet. As sweet as overboiled sugar. Ew.
Why am I being insulted?
No way! Why would I join you? Rakushita-san, it's definitely more fun to be with me than with poor people like them.
Huh? No way. Mobukawa-kun is kinder, and I like him. But I don't like you. You're a pain.
Cool!
He must have been so shocked that he fell to his knees on the spot.
Why? What's so bad about me?
Your personality, isn't it? Also your attitude and voice. And too bossy. Too proud of your parents' money.
She's giving him too many final blows without mercy.
I get dumped by a woman. I can't find my cat. It's a mess.
What? Wait, cat? That's... What kind of cat is your cat?
She's a 3-year-old calico cat. She gave birth to 6 kitties last year, and I found 5 homes for them. The only one left was afraid of people. She's almost 1, so I was thinking of keeping her.
Did the cat leave?
That's right! She doesn't usually show her face, but when I was thinking she wasn't coming for dinner, I realized the window was unlocked. Even though I searched the neighborhood all night and early in the morning, I couldn't find her, and the police is slow to respond. Oh, was she kidnapped? No!
When I was shown the photo, it was indeed cat. No doubt, but Naruchika-san's house must have been far from mine.
My house is close to the station. No way, did she take the train? That's impossible. Wait, she's smart, so it's possible.
I finished my work in a hurry and went home with Naruchika-san and, for some reason, Rakushita-san too.
Puaro, you were in a place like this?
As soon as he opened the cage and saw Cat, he cried and tried to hug her, but she delivered a quick cat punch.
Hey boy!
That cat punch was filled with hatred.
Naruchika-san's noisy, so I guess she doesn't like him. That's why she ran away?
But I'm really glad that you were safe. Maybe because you were in a different town, information wasn't being passed around properly.
I never expected that Naruchika-san was the owner. I'm glad. I feel happy, but the feeling of loneliness is stronger. But she belongs to the Naruchikas.
But you were originally looking for a new home for her, right? She loves Mobakawa-kun, so... what do you think?
Ah, you're right. Naruchika-san, I want to adopt her. I will cherish her, so...
Mobukawa.
He nods slightly and immediately looks apologetic.
Okay, she trusts you, so I can entrust her to you. Sorry I've been treating you the way I have until now. I was just jealous of the way you can do your job and have fun with others.
Naruchika-san, please be sure to talk to Hashiaku-kun and Kozume-san properly. I'm good now. Besides, I believe people who love cats are generally good people. Don't you think so too, Rakushita-san?
You're as sweet as a donut soaked in syrup. But that's the good thing about you. I forgive him this time.
Why are you so harsh to me in such a roundabout way? I look forward to being a family with you. This is how Kat and I ended up continuing to live together. Afterwards, Naruchika-san apologized to Hashiaku-kun and Kozume-san. Looks like they have forgiven him. Because of the hotpot party, I had more opportunities to talk with people in the office, and I also became friends with Naruchika-san. I'm really grateful to my mom.
You're my buddy! I'll continue to rely on you, Shigefumi.
Actually, I was invited by Rakushita-san before. I'm thinking of changing jobs soon.
What? Wait! Oh, are you leaving me behind? Hey, what does this mean?
I won Mobakawa-kun this time. That was unfortunate of you, a young man.
Are you going to take Shigefumi away from me? Ino Rakushita, you!
Yeah, whatever. Let's go to a meeting, Naruchika-san. Naruchika-san cried a lot on the day Rakushita-san and I quit. Despite that, he has become good friends with Hashiaku-kun and Kozume-san, and they often spend their days off together. We keep in touch with everyone from time to time and get together several times a year for hotpot parties. Well, Kat still punches Naruchika-san though. And Rakushita-san's friend, Seika Daisaku, was a woman of quite a unique character. But she's certainly capable and has a wealth of management knowledge. Her new game ideas are interesting. And above all, she seemed to really like Kat.
Haven't named her yet. You can't decide. No way. Then, from today onwards, you are manager.
Manager?
You too will become a member of our company. Your title is also manager.
That's how a desk was set up for her in the office. It's within walking distance from my house, so it's convenient. Kat, manager, has gotten used to people and loud noises, and now she comes to and leaves the office with me every day.
Manager! Kuga-kun will be walking your buddy tomorrow. Good for you.
Rakushita-san, I have something to say. Is that okay?
What is it? And I told you to call me Ino when we're alone together.
Well then, Ino. Hey, can you please not casually ask someone of the opposite sex to go on a date with you? And in front of me, your lover. Are you aware that we are dating? And this is the first time I've heard that you met Kuga-kun at a pub, you know?
That was an act to bring Seika and Kuga together. Meeting him at a pub was really just a coincidence. Shigefume, you know, right? I only tell I love you to the people I really love. Right, manager? Meow, meow.
Ah, jeez, you keep teasing me. Next time, I'll definitely be the one to tease you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be waiting for you to propose to me sometime soon. When we save enough money for the wedding.
My mom sending me that beef, and meeting Kat. Such subtle events deepened my relationships with my colleagues and made me decide to move on with my life. I will continue to cherish such small encounters.
A kitten! As I was walking back home with my cousin after school, we found an abandoned kitten by the river. So fluffy! What shall we do? We should do something about it! Hey, Tsumuji! I will ask my mom if it's okay for me to take her home. Maybe she will say yes since we looked after stray cats before. Watch her, will you? Okay. What do you want? Are you hungry? Let me see. Children are basically ignorant. They kill insects out of curiosity, pick flowers, and play with everything. On that day, Tsumuji gave the kitten chocolate. Hey, what are you feeding her with? Well, she looked hungry, so I gave her chocolate. What on earth? I pushed him over and held the kitten. Ouch! Hey, Kudoshi, why did you do that? Are you trying to kill this kitten, you stupid? What? I was just... I hurried to my mom's and we rushed to an animal hospital. The relationship between Tsumuji and me grew awkward and I didn't see him since. After that, there has been an unbridgeable gap between us. Hey, Kudoshi! Finish this by the end of today. I'll be in a meeting for the rest of the day. Again? And could you please call me Narichika at work? Oddly enough, after 20 years, Tsumuji and I are working at the same company now, and he is my boss. My name is Kudoshi Narichika. My first name looks okay in Chinese characters, but sounds a bit unique. I'm 31 years old. I am a director at the company that creates arcade game machines, gaming apps, and so on. He sure works me very hard. He used to be a good guy, though. I guess we can't fix our relationship anymore. Take care of this one also. Mr. Magari, I know you are my boss, but you came here to take over the predecessor's job. So you should at least take a look at this project proposal, and you can add the adjustments to it yourself. Who the hell do you think you are? You are just a director. But you need to know the details of the project to lead your staff, don't you? Ugh. He was gone because he couldn't talk back. He is easy to understand. You are good at dealing with Mr. Magari only because you two are cousins? Or maybe he is just like you when you were younger. Cut it out. I was working for a cat shelter once. At that time, I was supported financially by my parents who loves cats. The story was taken mistakenly at work, and the rumor spread that I sponge on my parents. No one believed my excuses. A few colleagues, including Hashiyaku, know my dark days in the past, and they sometimes tease me with that. After a while, you took a "so what" attitude and started saying, I am rich and elite, so what? Ha ha ha! Shut up! Leave my dark days alone. My boss who spread the false rumor left the company soon after. I hate his guts. You used to say something like, hey, a rich guy like me doesn't eat cheap meat. I can't hang out with the poor people. Ha 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 ha! Stop it, Hayaku. I'm not Hayaku. I'm not a bit part. He always teases me. Oh, hi, Miss Kasama. Good morning. Are you getting used to the job?
Oh, Mr. Narichika. Good morning. Well, little by little, but I'm getting used to it. You taught me many things even though you're very busy.
Her name is Miho Kasama. She seems a bit nervous. She used to be a temporary employee, and lately she has become a full-time worker. She is very attractive, but she is a shy type, as you can see. Even so, I am glad that she is opening herself to me little by little.
By the way, you have a cat, don't you? Mr. Hashiaku told me so.
Yes I do. I have a 5-year-old tortoise-shell cat. The standby screen of my smartphone is my cat.
Mr. Narichika is approaching Miss Kasama.
I am not. Look, this is the picture of my cat I took yesterday. It looks just like she is posing for a picture. I accidentally went very close to Miss Kasama just to show the screen of my smartphone.
Oh my, Mr. Narichika. Well...
Don't get close to her. Oof. Smoothie appeared from nowhere and tackled me. That's so outrageous.
Oh no, he's jealous.
You make him jealous. Well, this is how I spend my days at work. I'm hanging in there, I think, aren't I? Smoothie has been in a bad mood all day today, and he gave me more tasks than usual. He didn't like me talking with Miss Kasama, did he? Does he think I'm his rival? Phew. I often overwork for a few hours, but today, it's 8 p.m. already and I'm still working. I'm not worried about my cat's dinner since I have an automatic cat feeder at home. Still, I get worried about my cat.
Let me help you. Can I help you with the document filing?
Miss Kasama, thank you. I managed to finish my work with her help, but it was past midnight. Oh no, it's the time for the last train. But it was pouring rain outside. I missed the last train while I was deciding to run to the station or not. Oh my, I'm sorry, Miss Kasama. It's so late. Do you live far from here?
Actually, I can walk from here. If you don't mind, will you come to my house?
What? No, I shouldn't. I'll catch a taxi and... Another large car has passed us by at full speed, and I got splashed big time.
You'll catch a cold. Come to my house and use my towel.
Thank you. I have decided to stop by her place before going home by taxi.
Here you are. It's herb tea.
Sorry for the trouble. Thanks for the tea.
It's nothing. I just bought too many tea leaves. My mother used to drink herb tea all the time.
Smells good. The color of the tea is good too. Your mother has great taste. Her mother must be a calm person just like her. I'm curious to know. As I looked up, I saw the memorial photograph of her late mother. I got choked. I shouldn't have talked about her mother. I feel terrible. What should I do to make it up for her?
You did nothing wrong, so please don't feel bad about it.
I couldn't do anything right today, but Miss Kasama is very gentle and forgives me with a smile.
My mother had been sick in a hospital for a long time. Her condition had been stabilized, though. Last year, her condition changed and she passed away shortly. I was lucky to have been with her when she died.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you have any other families?
I had only my mother. Please, don't worry about me. I'm all right.
She is talking cheerfully, but I know she is hiding her true feelings. I can tell that she has some problems. You know what? You shouldn't keep your worries to yourself, okay?
What?
I did something stupid in the past, so I know you should talk to others when you have some problems or worries. In my case, I was too worried about my missing cat. I got very irritated and I annoyed everybody at work. But when I talked about my problem to people around me, it turned out that my best friend had found and taken care of my cat. It was right under my nose. So you shouldn't keep it to yourself. If you get lonely, you can come to my place to see my cat. She's very friendly. All of a sudden, she came close to me. It was a very natural move, and I gasped in disbelief.
Then, will you listen to me?
What?
Because you're well liked by everybody at work and you treat them equally. I can rely on someone like you.
Oh, well... Isn't she so natural to get in touch with me like that? She suddenly returned to herself and jumped apart.
I'm sorry. I talk too much. I have no rights to talk to you about my problem because I'm not worth it.
Miss Kasama? She's back to her usual self. Does she have some kind of a secret? I couldn't hear her whispering voice over the rain. The next day, I went back home by taxi and got a short sleep, and then went to work. You have to do this today. It's time to get down to business, you know. Well, okay, but aren't you up to something funny by making me work overtime every day? What? What do I need to do that for? A soft brown hair dropped from Sumuji's shoulder and it was playing in the air. What's his point? Oh, I have to ask Miss Kasama to do some data input. As I was walking in the office to find her, I heard some voices of the other colleagues.
Have you heard about Miss Kasama? Yes, I have. I saw her picture. It was something.
What? Miss Kasama? Hashiyaku and I got curious and asked them what they were talking about. What's this? It was the social networking account of a Japanese bar called Kyabakura. The photo the account posted in the past showed Miss Kasama. The message of the post said, "We recommend her to the customers who like a queen-like girl with black hair who gives you the cold shoulder." That shy girl like Miss Kasama? She is queen-like and gives a cold shoulder? Now we are more curious!
You guys, we can hear you.
She already knew that there was a rumor spreading through the office, and she seemed ashamed of herself.
I can't believe they found me in the old post of the bar. What shall I do? Do I have to leave the company?
Oh, hi, Miss Kasama. I would like to ask you a favor.
Oh, my! Mr. Narichika.
Thank you so much for yesterday. You helped me with work and the towel, too.
Oh, well.
You are scaring her away again. That's how you get the brush off. What do you mean again? I'm always being a gentleman.
Haven't you heard the rumor yet?
Yes, I have. My bad rumor once spread around the office too. I have no interest in rumors. I get thrilled if she gives me the cold shoulder. You idiot! I don't care about any rumors. You never know if it's true or false, so you shouldn't be misled by them. Ugh! Someone was watching us with the annoying look, but I didn't know at that time. A few hours later, I was talking to someone who spread the rumor of Miss Kasama. Sumuji, why did you do something so evil like that? I slammed the file on the desk so loud and glared at him. What are you talking about? You are the one who spread the rumor about Miss Kasama, aren't you? Since you couldn't get her attention, did you try to isolate her from the people at work? I couldn't get her attention? I don't know what you are trying to say, but what I told them is true. He smiled so bravely that I got upset. I couldn't believe his attitude. Okay, then please take a look at this document. As he looked at the document, I took out something from my pocket and threw it at his foot. Yipe! He noticed the funny sound at his foot. As he saw it, he yelled like a dying frog and leaped from his seat. Mr. Magari, what's the matter? Why are you yelling like that? People around us heard the noise and turned their gaze upon us. What I threw at his foot was a toy mouse for a cat. I brought it from home. What did you do that for? What you did was not cool at all. Also, I asked everybody, but her rumor hasn't changed what they think of her. What? Especially, people at this department are all creative and unique because we produce new games and so on.
I like the gap. Will she dub this play if I ask her?
And I am very disappointed in you. You spread the rumor on purpose, trying to deteriorate her reputation. You didn't even think of the circumstances surrounding her, did you? You are just like my former boss who I hated so much. You hate so much? I don't know why, but he turned pale with a shocked expression on his face. You really like her, don't you? Then what about me? I didn't know what he meant, so I answered honestly. It's true that I like her, and I hate you because you are a sneak. Ugh! He said it! Tsumuji hung his head. After a while, he started walking unsteadily and disappeared. What a day! That night, he was wandering around in downtown as if his spirit had flown. We can't be friends again, can we? Why can't I speak true to him? A kitten was crossing the street from the other side. At the same time, the headlights of the car flashed at the whole body of the kitten. What are you doing? The kitten froze to the spot with fear. Tsumuji ran up to the kitten instinctively. Oh no, I'm going to be hit by the car! Watch out! Miss Kasama and I were walking there by chance. We pulled Tsumuji to the sidewalk. He was holding a kitten. The car just drove away by sounding the horn loudly. That ill-mannered driver and this reckless guy. Phew, I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
Are you alright?
Thank you. The kitten went somewhere, and we went into a family restaurant. Miss Kasama, thank you for helping me even though I spread your rumor at work.
It's okay. Actually, I wasn't happy, but the rumor is true, so...
Like Kudoshi said, I don't know her background, and yet she helped me who spread her rumor. I'm terribly sorry for what I did. Tsumuji lowered his eyes and didn't move for a long time. Miss Kasama looked at him and flashed a smile at him.
I started working at the bar right after I graduated from high school because I needed to make money to pay the hospital bill for my mother. I spent money for food, to buy a gorgeous dress, to get my customers like me. And I sold the dress after I wore it a couple of times to buy some gifts for my mother. The people I worked with at the bar always said that I was pushing myself too hard.
I see.
I put on a brave face and took it out on the people I didn't like. I used to be a disgusting girl like that, so I understand why you don't want me to get close to Mr. Narichika.
What? How did you know that? Everything made sense after Hashiaku explained it to me. Tsumuji likes me and he tried to keep her away from me. I understand what was going on, but I still haven't forgiven him for what he did.
Mr. Narichika accepted me as who I am and forgave me for what I had done in the past.
You mean Kudoshi knew what you had done in the past? What? You broke the window of your classmate's restaurant? You were really bad. When I went to her house the other day, I asked her why she didn't trust herself.
I paid for the broken window and they forgave me. But I could have hurt someone if there were customers in the restaurant at that time.
Your first job and this and that, you've been through a lot. She even donated 2 million yen to the restaurant. That was all the money she had saved to open her own store.
I used to lose my temper and hurt people's feelings, so I'm not a good match for you. I asked you to come to my place because I wanted to be friendly with you. I'm sorry.
She was suffering from a feeling of guilt. So much information, but are you still contacting the people of the restaurant?
Yes, the wife of the restaurant owner used to work with me, so they often give me a call.
I'm glad that you already had solved your problem. Then I don't care about your past.
What?
Since you feel sorry for what you had done, and they had already forgiven you, then why should I care? I know that you are sincere and work very hard. People can change themselves, so you should look at yourself now and accept who you are. I accept who you are, and I will try to make you gain confidence in yourself. Tsumuji opened his eyes wide with surprise.
We all make mistakes and sometimes hurt other people's feelings. Everybody has remorse and regrets. That's why it's important for us to talk to people around you. That's what he said. It made me so happy. I think you're also suffering from a feeling of guilt from the past.
As she smiled at Tsumuji, he made faces at us. Chocolate can kill cats?
Yes, I heard that the kitten threw up and diarrheaed at the clinic. If Kudoshi hadn't noticed, the cat could have been dead.
I didn't know. What a terrible thing I did.
I'm sorry for what I did to the kitten. I didn't know that chocolate was poisonous for cats then. I couldn't apologize to you then because I couldn't admit my guilt. I'm sorry.
His emotions were piling up, and he repeatedly apologized to me. I am sorry that I pushed you away on that day. The one you should apologize to is not me, but the kitten. She is still alive and kicking, I hear.
Okay.
Later on, Tsumuji gave a box of sweets to Miss Kasama as a token of apology. Moreover, Tsumuji explained to everyone at work that the rumor about Miss Kasama was false. His boss told him to be careful with words. Things didn't get that serious at work, and Miss Kasama forgave him, so everything is fine now, I think. Since the incident, people seem to talk to Miss Kasama more frequently than ever. Finally, Tsumuji got to see the cat that we had met by the river when we were small. This is my family, Karin. She is a tortoise-shell cat. One weekend, I invited Miss Kasama to my place to introduce my cat to her. What's wrong, Karin? Are you nervous? You were so relaxed when you met Hashiyaku.
Wow, so cute. Nice to meet you, Karen.
Hey, you guys. I won't let you two be all alone in the room.
Tsumuji appeared out of nowhere. In fact, he has a spare key to my room. He's got this spare key when I was working too hard for activities to rescue cats. My parents gave him the key at that time. Now that I'm doing okay, I want this spare key back.
Mr. Magari, you often come here to get close to Karen while Mr. Narichika is working overtime, don't you?
I don't know what on earth you are talking about.
I know I'm right. Now I remember you often have some cat hair on your clothes. You thought Mr. Narichika would think better of you if Karen got attached to you, didn't you?
Oh no.
Shame on you. Actually, Tsumuji just wanted to be all alone with Karin. However, Karin hasn't gotten attached to him yet. She slaps him with her paw every time he tries to pet her.
Shut up! I haven't recognized you as his partner, okay?
You are just his cousin, you know. You have no right to object to me going out with him.
Hey, didn't you come here today to meet Karin? We sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally and end up breaking up with the ones we really care about. Everybody is different, so we won't be able to understand each other unless we talk to each other. Instead of suffering from remorse and regret, we should spend more time with people we care about. That's why we need to communicate with each other by talking more every day.
I'm sorry, but you're fired as of today. The incident will not be publicized. Therefore, you're gonna have to quit for your own reasons. I'm sorry, but is that alright with you? Yes. Thank you for all your help. Hello everyone, my name is Kuga Deba. I have nothing to do with Kamen Rider. I'm 25 this year. I was an engineer at a major game company, but I've been fired. My specialty is looking for bugs in programs. My hobby is making free games. I've been unemployed for the past 2 weeks, and now I'm looking for a new job. It's really got me down. After my last day at work, I stopped by an izakaya. I tried to cover up my mixed feelings with a drink.
But it was like an accident, wasn't it? I don't know the details, but it's a tough world, isn't it?
The person drinking next to me was Ino Rakushita. Apparently, she works for a game company too.
Life is so troublesome, huh? I wish life were easier. It's a world of connections, power, and achievement.
I agree. Especially when it comes to power, there are times when there is nothing you can do.
Oh, yes, Deba-kun. Why don't you take an interview at my company? We're in desperate need of workers right now.
Seriously? What is your company like?
Well, it's a small company, so right now we're mainly focused on social games or app games. The salary is, well, I guess enough to make a living. We're finally getting off the ground, so we need more people.
I see. I was thinking of starting my own business after building a career at a major company. I might be interested.
You're welcome. To just help us out temporarily, or try us out too. I'll get your number then. I'd happy to have you.
After that, I got in touch with Rakushita-san and went to the interview location on the appointment day. After going through the reception desk, I was taken to the interview room, where I found Rakushita-san and another person I didn't expect. Seika?
Long time no see, Kuga. And I am the president.
Her name is Seika Daisaku. We've had bad relationships since junior high. We were so-called rivals. Huh? You are also the class president? Why would a person like you be chosen?
That's my line too. It's terrible that we have to see each other every time we have a meeting. Let's have a competition to see which class can achieve more.
Oh yeah? Don't underestimate the power of my class. Prepare to get hurt.
That's not the purpose of being a class representative, you know.
When I looked at the website, I saw Seika's name, but I didn't think it was really her.
Didn't you graduate from University of Tokyo and get a big job at a company in the first place? Why are you here?
Actually, I was fired. No, President.
What did you get fired for? My company can't afford to hire someone who would cause problems. But I heard it was some kind of accident, and he seems like a decent person. If you're his childhood friend, you should know about his personality and ability, don't you? That's true, but that was when he was a student. But I can see from his background that he's competent. He can program and has experience as a project leader. He has won several awards for the games he personally made. It would be so much easier if we had people like him. Ino, you know, it's true that we desperately need help. I have no choice but to hire you, I guess.
What do you mean you have no choice? You don't have to force yourself to hire me.
I said I'd hire you. It's an interview in case you're wondering, so I'll ask you a few random questions.
Seika continued to ask questions without hesitation. I ended up getting hired by the company.
You'll be assisting us in a series of tasks. Basically, you'll be assisting Ino, the programmer.
I understand. Aw, is that a cat? You have a cat at work? That's cute.
Her name is Chief. By the way, she's also a section chief. In other words, she's your boss.
Isn't her name a little too weird? You named her, didn't you?
Forget it. Anyway, if you're going to work here, you're going to have to deliver results. I was actually going to develop a blockbuster game and beat the company you are with. But if I have to see you every day, that's a good thing too. I'll remind you we are far better than you.
What the heck? I've been with my old company for a short time, but I've developed good skills too. I don't think I'm inferior to you. We're rivals. We've always competed with each other in everything. But we're still 50-50, and it's never been settled. Then I'll show you how good I am. Seika's company, Koisuru Game, has about 10 people. So when a meeting is held, all employees attend. I think the concept of Proposal A is a good one. It's in line with the latest trends and will appeal to the younger generation.
No, I prefer Proposal B. Based on player trends from past productions, there's more demand for this one.
That doesn't really attract new players though, does it? It's a theme that's been done before, and there's nothing fresh about it.
Proposal A, on the other hand, may leave existing fans behind. It's too eccentric. That's enough! There are other candidates, so let's come with a compromising idea. Still, we need to collaborate with someone if we want to get people talking. Maybe a famous voice actor? Ugh, but our budget.
No! First, you need to put more effort into advertisement.
Why don't you do both? Both of you work awfully fast anyway.
Chief, come here. You like me better, don't you?
No, you prefer me, right? You've known for many years. Here's your snack. Oh, you're competing for her too? Can't you hurry up and get to work?
Me and Seika started competing over every little thing, and people around us started giving us blank stares.
Mobugawa-kun, what do you think of Seika and Kuga-kun?
Well, both of them can do their jobs tremendously well, and without the president, we wouldn't have the company we have today. Kuga is also very talented. He supports us not only in programming, but also in management. But when the president and Kuga-kun compete, they both suddenly become like junior high school students. The other day, they were having a fast eating contest for a large bowl of tendon. It's an awful thing to watch. I had no idea of Mobugawa-san's heart egg. After a few weeks, I was completely used to the job and the conflict with Seika.
By the way, Kuga-kun, why did you get fired? It's about time you told me.
Yeah. It's a little complicated. Actually, I had a problem with the president's niece, Sugi Yumemi. That person had a high-handed personality. One day, we were walking in a secluded part of the office, and there, Yumemi was yelling at a new colleague. I intervened because what she was saying was bullshit, and the new person was scared. Then she started to go berserk, and she hit her face on my head. A complete self-destruction. She's tall and I have a hard head, so... But I'm a guy and she's a woman, and she was bleeding from the nose and claimed that it's my fault. The new colleague I covered for also said he didn't know what happened because it happened in the blink of an eye. So, I was blamed.
It's worse than I thought. I think it's not too much to be fired for that.
I think the boss went easy on me. It seems like Yumemi was ready to sue me. It could have been handled a little better, but I thought it was better than being sued.
Ugh, I can't believe they let a great talent like you get away. That woman is not a good judge of character, and I'm sure she hasn't achieved much.
For some reason, Seika is in a good mood. Don't take pleasure in my misfortune. But I agree with you that they don't have a good eye for people. That boss can't protect his niece anymore, can he?
Well, from our point of view, it ended up being good. The more talented people we have, the easier it is for us.
All three of them are eating snacks and talking happily. Well, I'm glad they're having fun talking about it. But it seems Ino-san had something on her mind, and she snuggles up to Seika and whispers into her ear.
Seika, your true feelings are too obvious. If you like Kuga-kun so much, why don't you just tell him? Ino? What are you talking about? That's not true at all.
I didn't hear what Ino-san said, but Seika's face turned bright red, and she denied everything.
Oh? Then don't complain if I mess with him. Huh? What do you mean?
Ino-san comes closer to me this time. Her mischievous smile gives me a bad feeling.
Kuga-kun, will you go on a date with me?
Huh? What's going on all of a sudden?
Because we've already had drinks together. I think we'd hit it off, you know?
Oh, well, perhaps so. I don't feel bad about being wooed by a beautiful lady like her. But Seika is glaring at me with eyes that have lost all light. It's scary. Sorry. Maybe not. What do you think about President Seika and Kuga-kun?
I think they should just start going out soon. But their experience level of romance is that of junior high school students. Seika's beautiful, but she's never had a guy, so I was wondering why. And then she becomes so lively when Kuga-kun came. Ugh, she acts like a teenage girl. Do something about it!
I'm too tired to keep up with the difference between their work mode and child mode.
Wow! Hang in there, you're the oldest among us.
Despite all the hustle and bustle, development continues to progress, and finally, it's the day we release the game.
We can finally release it to the public. I thought Kuga-kun was crazy, happily debugging it forever.
Well, I was so excited at the thought of finding bugs and making it perfect.
That's right. The closer to perfection, the more blockbuster it will be. It's an ironclad rule not to cut corners on even the most trivial things. You two are so in sync at times like this.
The number of downloads has been going up since it was released, and it's trending on social media. Perhaps the new game system was a success. The game was well received for its freshness. However, after 6 months, many copycat games appeared that imitated our system. What's this? It seems the company I used to work for made this game. They stopped development at the beta test stage though. Oh, that's right. I tried it out and it was terrible. It was a degraded version of ours, and it was full of bugs. It seems they stopped development saying we didn't reach our target quality. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened to the company after I quit. Well, it's a big company, so I'm sure they're alright. Then, in the evening, as if in response to my feelings, a new message arrives. Oh, Sasai! It's been so long! Let's go out for a drink, huh? I hope he's been well.
What? Someone from your old company? Cheating will make the chief sad, you know.
Well, he's just my kohai and he's a guy. I'm free tonight, so I'll go see him.
Then you can leave on time. You look so excited about it. She's a pain in the ass.
Then, at the appointed time with my kohai, I went to the appointed place. Then, an unexpected person was waiting for me.
It's been a long time, Kuga.
Sugi Yunemi-san? Why are you here? Then a new message comes from Sasai. He says, I was threatened. I apologize. Traitor. What do you want from me now? I don't think we have anything more to talk about.
What? I had to go through all that trouble because of you. Take responsibility. Ever since you disappeared, everyone around me has been treating me like a villain, you know? Even though I'm the victim. That's why I wanted to show off my skills and gain back my dignity. I launched a game development project. I gathered a group of talented people, took the lead, and we created an app game that went viral. Ugh, but the game got terrible reviews. My uncle told me to cancel the development after the beta test. Ugh, gosh! Everyone's useless. It was a waste of money and things just don't work anymore. It's all your fault.
Her logic is completely broken. I guess she took advantage of the fact that she's the niece and did a lot of things forcibly. I'm rather surprised the boss let her do it.
My uncle told me not to do anything else. That's terrible, isn't it? So come back to our company. You were good, weren't you? Make the best game for me this time.
How can I possibly help someone who tried to pin the blame on me and then made me quit? That's too convenient.
Then I'll scream and say you've come to attack me for revenge. Like, help me!
This person is absolutely hopeless.
Hey, you're too close to him. Who the heck are you?
Seika? What are you doing here?
I heard you were going to meet a guy, but it's a girl, and you're that niece girl? What's this about? You're trying to win him back now? Nobody talks to you anymore, so you even came to Kuga now?
There is no light in Seika's eyes. Her expressionless face is scary.
It's very hard to develop a game. I think the fact that you were able to do whatever you wanted was the last mercy of your uncle. You couldn't produce results, you have no trust, and you threaten Kuga even more. I'm very angry, you know. What the heck? It's none of your business.
Yumemi's voice is already trembling under Seika's pressure.
Don't get any closer to Kuga. Do you think you can do anything to win your trust back? Aren't you dreaming too much? I'll say it again. Don't ever approach Kuga again. Don't ever talk to him again. Don't get into his vision again.
Perhaps sensing danger, Yumemi backed away, her face turning pale. She then ran away, screaming something. So, why are you here, Seika?
Walking, Chief. It's just a coincidence that I'm here.
A coincidence? Let's put it that way. Huh, but thanks for the help. I'm still no match for you at times like this. Then, Seika's expression changed from expressionless to having a twinkle in her eyes.
So, do I win then?
Well, this time, I guess so. I realize after I casually reply. Now, for the first time, I recognize her victory. Seika keeps a big smile on her face.
Well then, do whatever I ask you to do as promised. You haven't forgotten, have you?
What? You still remember that promise from ages ago? I thought that was like a joke.
No, of course not. Then, what do you think we've been competing for?
The competition between me and Seika started when we were in junior high. I don't really remember when it started. I'll never lose to you. If you ever beat me, I'll do whatever you say.
You said it. Then the loser does what the winner says. That's how it works.
Tests, competitions, grades. We would compete for anything we could, and no matter what we did, it would be a tie. Everything was a tie, the number of contest medals, grades, and we both got into the best college. And finally, when it was time to find a job, I went to a big company. Seika decided to start her own business. The game stopped there. So you're telling me that the reason you've been competing all this time is not simply because you wanted to win?
Of course I wanted to win, but it's also exciting to think that I can make you do whatever I say.
Behind Seika smiling and laughing, Ino-san and the harness chief appear. And Ino-san giggles somewhat apologetically.
Sorry, Kuga-kun, just a bit of a yandere.
Oh gosh. Later, Sugi Yumemi seems to have lost her last chance, as Seika predicted, and the boss has given up on her. According to Sasai, she was fired and kicked out of her house. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Kuga, thanks for waiting.
No, I just got here too. I was anxious to see what she was gonna make me do, since I had lost the match. However, the demand was quite simple. Let's go on a date. Frankly, it was a bit of a letdown.
Actually, I didn't really want to compete. I just wanted to be together with you like this. And yet we were always tied. It just got moot. And I got stubborn too.
Seika blushes a little, and I reluctantly confess. Me too. When I was in junior high, I was gonna ask you out if I won. If we had been honest with each other, we wouldn't have dragged this on for over a decade. Yeah, we're probably idiots. Two adults, whose experience level of romance is that of a middle schooler, finally took a step forward. I guess being honest is still the best way to go about anything. Damn, why isn't it working? I was in a shochu brewery. The smell of koji permeates the walls made of cedar. The sweet potato scent is not strong at all. What's wrong with my method?
Isa.
Oh, Izumi. Sorry that I'm upset. What's wrong? Are you done with today's rehab?
Yeah, but I still can't get a strong grip. Don't push yourself. I don't want to take away your precious time because of me.
Don't say that. I'm doing it because I want to, so it's okay. My girlfriend, Izumi Kanoya, wears a sad expression. She's been smiling less since her accident. Yes, since the accident a year ago. Is there any hope of recovery from the after effects on her hand?
If she continues rehab, I'm sure she'll be able to move to a degree that doesn't interfere with her daily life. Even so, I think it will be difficult to completely get rid of the numbness and discomfort.
Izumi was working in shochu brewing when she slipped and fell. She broke her wrist and unfortunately suffered after effects on her nerves and functions.
What should I do? I won't be able to make shochu anymore.
Her grandfather, who passed away a few years ago, was a master brewer. Izumi has been working hard for years to revive the shochu brewery left behind by him, despite lacking knowledge and experience. Reproducing the shochu made by her grandfather. Now, that dream is about to come to an end. What can I do? What can I do to make Izumi smile? What? Resigning? You're the ace of the sales department. At the time, I was a salesman at a major liquor sales company, and I repeatedly bowed to my boss before resigning. If Izumi's hands won't move, then I have no choice but to take her place. Naturally, Izumi was against it, but still, I had a reason for not wanting to end her dream. Thus I, Isa Kirishima, took over and launched the shochu brand, becoming the head brewer, but sales aren't good, and we're constantly in the red, even though I was once called a highly educated elite. Damn. The shochu I'm currently making isn't selling well, and the sales contracts aren't going well, so my income is paltry. Of course, unlike my previous job, I don't have the recognition, trust, or track record. The taste was mediocre too. The reason I was a successful salesman was because the work environment was already prepared for me. I was walking around trying to clear my mind, lying to Izumi that I'll be going shopping.
Oh wow! Could it be Kirishima-kun?
There was Kanna Sigarashi, my former colleague. Today's Sunday.
I was wondering what happened to you since you quit. But you don't look well, do you? Is your business in the red? The elite has fallen to the ground, huh?
She and I used to compete over sales results. We were both proud and saw each other as rivals.
Many of my clients are men. Everyone says they prefer me, the cute one, to the stubborn you, Kirishima-kun.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how things will be in a decade. Well, you seem to be doing well. See ya.
Hey! Say something back! Don't ignore me!
Without the energy to say anything back, I just left. I'm sure I look pathetic now. Whoa! Whoa! Ah, I've come all the way here, huh? Hello? A St. Bernard happily peeks out of the apartment and calls out to me.
Hey, Set-chan. Oh? Kirishima-san. It's been a while.
It's good to see you haven't changed at all. How's Mobukawa and everyone else doing? This is the apartment where I used to live. She, Nishizawa Akane, was next door.
Everyone is doing well. Kasuga-san recently got a new dog, a black toy poodle. You are living with the daughter of a brewer, right? But you look a bit gloomy.
Actually, the brewing isn't going well. The previous brewer never passed down his technique.
Brewing, huh? Oh! How about asking the landlord's husband for advice?
The landlord's husband?
I heard that he is a professor. So he must be smart. He seems to know a lot.
It's a simplistic idea, but he might at least have some connections. I nodded, thinking that she has a point. But isn't it presumptuous to ask for his advice when I'm not even a resident anymore?
You never know until you try. Go for it.
Alright. So with her encouragement, I contacted the landlord. Then, her husband got more enthusiastic about it than I had expected, and he said he would send me someone to help. I'm researching artificial sweeteners at a research institute. My name is Yui Kuma. I know quite a bit about koji and brewing through my research on oligosaccharides. My name is Isa Kirishima. Nice to meet you. He didn't tell me where he was affiliated, but a food expert had come, and he's not even being paid. I'll have to do this in my spare time, but I'll do it for free. I owe that old man a favor. Just who is the landlord's husband? You're using black koji? You said you're recreating the shochu made by your predecessor, but the only clue is his daughter's memory? Yes, apparently the previous owner's shochu had a strong potato flavor, but I can't get it right. I explained the small brewery that the previous owner built, step by step. Ikuma took notes every time. His questions are precise. He must be smart. Since it's a completely amateur making it alone, there seems to be a lot of room for improvement in the brewing method. Complete amateur. I can see that the way you select and steam the potatoes and control the temperature is pretty bad. Pretty bad. You said you've been taught by another owner of a brewery, but you clearly haven't learned enough, so... please give me your guidance. Wipe the blood away. It's a source of contamination. Did I say a bit too much? My pride as a former highly educated elite has been broken, but I guess that's the reality. After that, I reviewed the manufacturing method based on Ikuma's advice and studied at other breweries. Izumi, who saw this, seems to have started working harder on her rehab. Oh, you're not married yet? I was hoping to do so after things settled down a bit. By the way, what about you? When I was in college, my childhood friend confessed to me at a movie theater, and I didn't know what to say. Then, she put me in a chokehold until I said yes. Thanks to that, I have a fine wife and children now. Next to us, Izumi offers an alter a plate of stew and prays. I'm sorry I've made you cook for me too. Is your hand okay?
Oh, I'm always grateful for your help. And all these dishes are gifts from my neighbors, so it's fine.
Our neighbors know our situation and are always concerned about us. We are blessed with good people. I see. Actually, I brought a bottle today for you two to try. Huh? Izumi and I take a sip of the shochu that Ikuma brought and exclaim in surprise. This has a really strong potato flavor. The strong potato flavor and mellow sweetness spread throughout my mouth. I can clearly tell that the shochu I make tastes bland.
It's similar to the shochu my grandpa made.
This is not made with rice koji, but with potato koji. In other words, it's a shochu made 100% from potatoes. I've heard about it before, but I didn't know it tastes this different. Can you make koji from potatoes in the first place? It's true that koji mold germinates easily on grains such as wheat, rice, and corn, but it's possible with other things as well. But sweet potatoes have too much moisture. They need to be dried just right to grow koji. Then you have to process them into a granular shape like grains, so it's a lot of work. I think the previous owner used to use potato koji as well. It's difficult to make, but it's worth a try. I didn't even think of that possibility. I was so absorbed in just making something. You can be sorry about the past as many times as you want after you try more. So, are we gonna do it? Yes, we will. I held Izumi's hand and answered with a strong voice.
I have to try harder too.
Meanwhile, my former colleague, Segarashi, was called by her boss. Her sales have been declining recently, and her reputation with clients has not been very good. I have high expectations of you, and I want you to be a leader who can lead the younger employees.
Yes, I'll work harder.
Segarashi's performance has been caught up by her peers, and she was impatient about it.
When Kirishima was here, everyone fawned over me. He quit without even telling me, and my motivation is gone too. That's right. It's because of him. That's why.
Izumi, I want you to try this. It's been 2 years since I started looking for a way to make my own potato koji. I offered Izumi a glass. Izumi takes a sip and her eyes widen. How is it?
It tastes the same as the shochu my grandpa made.
Then Izumi begins to shed tears. Izumi has no memory of her parents. She has always lived with her grandfather. However, he was a very strict person and didn't let Izumi touch his work at all. He never even talked about it. In addition, it seems that the sales of his shochu were poor, so he closed the brewery and started another job. Even so, when Izumi became an adult, he treated her to the shochu he had made. That was the only chance she got to taste it.
Well then, I'm off.
A few weeks after Izumi became a working adult and left home, her grandfather suddenly collapsed and passed away. Then, while sorting through the few tools left in a storehouse, Izumi found a diary. I couldn't have taken better care of my granddaughter. I wonder if I was able to make her happy, even just a little. That was his true feelings, that he had been too shy to tell Izumi.
I'm sorry. I didn't know anything. I'm sorry.
Even so, Izumi began to take actions to revive the tiny shochu brewery.
I knew. My grandpa stopped brewing sake to make enough money for me. But he left me one bottle to commemorate my coming of age.
Yeah.
He was so clumsy. He threw all his shochu away, saying he was too embarrassed to let anyone taste it anymore. So he had a hard time recreating it. But I thought if I could recreate it, it would make him happy in heaven. I'm such an idiot.
That's not true. I understand how you feel. I'll help achieve your dream. The next year, I'm wearing a suit and visiting the company where I used to work. My hands are a little sweaty from nervousness. I never thought I would end up here again. After checking in, I stood in the lobby feeling uncomfortable. Then...
Oh, I thought I see someone familiar. Is it you, Kirishima?
As if mocking me, she came. It's been a while. You look a little paler than before.
You can't even say one or two things that make women happy, since you're no longer a salesman. You've really fallen low. What did you come here for? Did you end up failing and coming back?
I just have something to do here today.
Hey! Don't try to run away from me just because you're upset about being a loser, okay?
I'm so annoyed by her provocative talk. Then, a middle-aged man hurriedly came over.
Manager! It seems he's back to beg for work after failing to start a business. Are you gonna interview him?
What are you talking about? He's our client now. Even though he's your former colleague, I can't ignore such rude attitude. How many years have you been working here? What an embarrassment. Sorry, Kirishima. I kept you waiting and she was so rude.
No, it's okay. It's been a while, Akuna-san.
Huh? A client?
Yes, your company contacted me to ask about the craft shochu we make. I discovered the secret method that Izumi's grandfather used to apply to make his shochu, and started selling it as craft shochu. And sales have skyrocketed. We are no longer in the red. And how are things with you, Segarashi? Have you been given a position yet?
That's...
I chose someone else as the chief of sales. Since you left, her work has been sloppy.
Oh, even though you were so obsessed with results? Segarashi's face turns red at my words, and she glares at me.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, so I'll show you in. Segarashi, you go back now.
What? What the heck? How dare them leave me out?
Segarashi glares at my back and clenches her fist in frustration.
You finally got to meet me, you know? And yet you're being so cold. I can't stay like this.
2 hours later, the deal has been concluded, and I leave the office in high spirits. It's just around noon. I'm right on time.
Kirishima-kun, are you done? Hey, it's been a while since we last met. Let's go to lunch together?
Segarashi. We used to be good rivals. If she had stayed the same, I would have, but... Sorry, but I'm busy. Well then.
Wait a minute! What's with that attitude? How can you be so cold to me? Even though you and I are destined to be together.
Huh? What the heck?
I'm cute. And I was an elite who used that as a weapon to get contracts one after another. But you didn't fall for my cuteness and continued to compete with me as my rival. You are the only one who is worthy of me. And yet why did you quit the company without telling me?
Because I have a dream. Segarashi is dumbfounded at my simple answer. I wanted to make the dream of someone important come true. That's why I quit. Because that person is special to me. The manager told me about your work attitude these days. Could it be because I quit?
That's...
But I can't respond well to your feelings. You're not my special one. Segarashi is speechless. Just then, Izumi and Ikuma-san arrived. I was supposed to see them now. I arrived early, so I came over to you, but this looks troublesome.
Who is that woman?
Kirishima's wife. We are going to discuss about your wedding now, right? Now I'm speechless. Ikuma-san just told a huge lie. We haven't even registered our marriage yet.
What? No way, no way! It's a lie! Tell me it's a lie!
Segarashi tried to grab Izumi, but Ikuma brushed her off.
It's true that we're not married yet, but we live together and have vowed to spend our future together. It's a lie! You were that stupid woman who suddenly showed up here a long time ago and said stupid things like, I want you to buy my shochu. And I chased you away, right? I remember. Yes, I'm very sorry for the trouble I caused you back then.
Izumi started brewing sake shortly after graduating from vocational school, not knowing what to do. At the time, without any knowledge of business norms, she went door to door to each izakaya and company to sell her shochu. Naturally, no business dealt with her. At this company, Sugarashi, who happened to be there, chased her away. But Izumi's hard-working appearance had a vivid impact on me. I was a new employee at the time.
You had me all along, but you chose this girl instead and threw your life away?
I've dedicated my life to her because she is the way she is. I want to help her because she has a great dream.
But I've always thought you were the right one for me.
But you made fun of my current job. I haven't liked you since then. Sorry, but I have no time to deal with your fantasies.
What the heck? You made fun of me. I can't forgive you. How can I forgive you?
Kirishima, go find a restaurant for us. I have some business to attend to. Uh-huh? Okay. After making sure Izumi and I had left, Ikuma slowly approached Sugarashi. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Ikuma Yui, a researcher at a research institute owned by the country's largest manufacturer, Koihana. And I have deep connections to the Ministry of Agriculture too.
Huh? What's with that over-the-top title? Why is Kirishima-kun with such a person?
I won't tell you, but I'll tell you this. I've memorized your face, your name, and everything you said and did just now. If anything happens to those two, you understand, right? Sugarashi's face turned pale and then purple. She probably doesn't have the energy to do anything to us anymore. Oh no, I've done something that's not my style again. Ikuma-san left her saying that. After that, Sugarashi never corrected her attitude. She lost motivation for her work even more, and her former glory is now completely gone.
Sugarashi, we've received another complaint from a client. We can't entrust you with sales work anymore.
I've been waiting forever. I never thought that Kirishima-kun wouldn't choose me.
Sugarashi, who has always been delusional, is still trapped in her fantasies and couldn't move forward.
Are you even listening to me?
Shut up! Don't tell me what to do!
Then, Sugarashi quit her job and changed jobs to find a new soulmate. However, no company would choose her. Sugarashi then flew off overseas, but I don't know what happened after that.
Isa, let's take a break.
Yeah, I'm still making shochu. What's different from before is that Izumi has joined the work too. After many years of rehab, she is now able to move her hands and return to work. I wish your grandfather could see how you are now.
Dad! Mom!
When I stepped outside, my 6-year-old son jumped on me.
I'm sure he's watching over us.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Izumi, I want to tell you something again. Thank you for making my life full of joy. I'm happy to have met you.
What are you saying? I'm the one to thank you. Thank you for protecting my dream. I love you with all my heart.
Izumi said so, but in reality, there was only so much I could do. I prided myself on being an elite, but through brewing, I realized my limitations. But at the same time, I was able to grow as a person by getting help of Ikuma-san, the neighbors, and many other people. So it was none other than the power of everyone that protected my dream and hers. I can't thank everyone enough.